And now I'm joined from Sharm el-Sheikh by Heather Murdock, VOA's Middle East correspondent. Hello, Heather. We've mentioned a few things about why these talks have been extended for yet another day. But what are the main reasons that might be put on the table Saturday?
Really, the main issue is what you were talking about. The main issue is how can rich countries pay for poor countries who bear the brunt of climate change suffering? It is developing countries and emerging economies that generally have had the most climate disasters and have the least capacity to recover from climate disasters. So from the beginning of this conference, this has been on the table for the first time, and it has been a thorny issue from the beginning. People have wondered, how can we solve this problem that is so long-standing in 2 weeks? And so far, it seems that they have not. This European Commission idea is on the table, and there are other ideas that they're discussing. So they did extend 1 day, so there is some hope that they will come to some sort of agreement. But right now, this is the main issue they're sticking on.
Heather, give us a little insight into the so-called loss and damage, and also what the European Union is referring to as its final offer.
The loss and damage really is a gentle way to say how to help communities recover from devastating fires, floods, heat waves, events that have killed many people. Floods alone have killed more than 2,300 people this year in Pakistan and Nigeria alone. And that's just one element. In Somalia, children are already dying from hunger from the worst famine in 40 years. Loss and damage is the funding that they want to help these communities recover and to help them prevent the extreme suffering that happens when one of these climate events happens. The European Commission idea has a lot of support, but it also has some detractors. The two things I've heard that people are worried about is, one, it's tied to emissions. So it's not simply rich countries paying for poor countries, which is what developing nations have been calling for. And it's tied to the emerging economies as well, who are emitting carbon. They also have to pay into it. The other is simply how much will it be funded? It has some agreement and some pledges, but it needs to be funded globally from all of the wealthy powers to make a difference. The papers that have been released so far to indicate what a draft might look like have said they need something in the trillions of dollars to address loss and damage. Not billions, not millions, trillions.